On the Citi Newsroom today, we begin with the shocking breaking news. Former President of the Republic, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, has died at age 73. The nation has been thrown into shock, into mourning it is. And here at his residence, party supporters, members of the NDC, which he founded, security men and journalists have converged. It is at the Ridge roundabout area. Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings was a man very loved by so many, known by so many, adored, and had the appropriate size of charisma that a politician needs. And that is evident in the crowd that is trooping in here.
So, how did you hear of his passing?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. What? My only daddy. My only daddy. My only daddy. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Take me away. Take me away. Oh, Baba. Walk on there. Oh, what I want to show you. We are in a meeting so I'm shoving. Baba Bisika. Baba Bisika. You go on city. Oh, my Papa. You remember baby Papa Wunda. You remember baby Papa Wunda. Abratra Ura. Asuja Ura. You remember baby Papa Wunda. Oh, Baba. Oh, Jaja. Why?
It's shocking. It's shocking. Unbelievable. We can't control ourselves, so we cannot contain it. We only pray to the Almighty to strengthen us, for us to accept it wholeheartedly. The Lord gave and He has taken. If only it is true. Some of us are believing it is not true. We hope they will tell us that it is a dream. Let it be a dream. That is our prayers. Otherwise, He is a big tree, an oak tree that we've all been resting. Today, the tree is uprooted. Who will shelter us? Who will shelter us again? Who will shelter us again? Oh, Jerry, you kill yourself for Ghana. You kill yourself for Ghana. This shouldn't have been your end, but God knows best.
Lord.
What's your name?
I'm Harriet.
Can you lower your radio?
Sorry?
Can you lower your radio?
I'm mourning.
You're mourning with... you know him?
I know him.
Have you been close to him before?
Yes.
What's your name?
I'm speechless.
That is someone who is just driving past and having to stop to say that, well, she is mourning. There is a motorcade that is approaching. I do not know if it's related to this particular one. Well, it seems it is not related. Actually, it is related. It's a motorcade that is entering the house of the former president. We do not know who this would be, but indications suggest that this would be high officials of the National Democratic Congress who are arriving here. But the gates, of course, again, are being closed by the security people here. The security will be having a tough time here trying to prevent people from coming in. And I can see a military bus conveying military personnel arriving here. I do not know. Of course, this perhaps is supposed to reinforce security here. It's a bus that has both police and military people. Meanwhile, in the compound itself, there are several military people. More vehicles from the security side are arriving. I do not know if these are also going into the house. It seems these are also coming into the house. More security deployment to the house as they try to maintain order here. Let me speak to a former deputy minister in the NDC administration, also served as a member of parliament, Honorable Rickett Hagan. You're one of the topmost politicians we are seeing here today. As a young politician, what did Rawlings mean to you?
He stood for discipline.
He was against corruption, and he wanted an equitable society and all that, which he preached throughout his life. When I came into politics and came into government, became a member of parliament, that's when I started having a close relationship with him. In fact, he's a father figure, to all of us, especially to the NDC party, which he founded. But I had the opportunity to have a very personal relationship with him since I became a member of parliament and a minister.
Are you related to him as family, or this was purely work relations?
Family, because Blagoji, yes, he could be my nephew or a cousin, but we are the Blagoji family.
What have you heard, and our condolences to you? What have you heard so far?
Well, we know, like everyone knows, he's passed, and we're all busy, because of the mother's funeral, and it really took a lot of us, our energy and all that. And he likes perfection, and as a protocol member of the committee, we have to make sure a lot of things were put into place.
Have you been told what the cause is?
Well, like we all saw on the news, COVID-related. He's been tired. It was a lot of pressure that we all went through, a lot of us.
Family members of the late Rawlings, though, are locked up in that house where we are told there's a meeting happening. No communication has been given to us by any member of the Rawlingses as yet. Now, lots of senior members of the NDC have been coming in, and so are members of the NPP and even members of the government, because he is a statesman. Indeed, the man who represents the NPP in this constituency, the parliamentary candidate, has also just come here. Did you have to suspend your campaign to come in here? How did you hear this news?
Yes, we just left the CMB market, campaigning there. And then we also went to Adabraka Central Mosque area, where we are having a health screening and national health renewal. And then somebody whispered in my ears that JJ is gone. And so when we came out of the house, I told my team that we cannot continue with the campaign again. We need to get closer to the Rawlings family and express our condolences and our sadness at the turn of events. We are very disappointed by the turn of events, and we came here to show our respects to a great statesman, a man whose life and personality and ideas has informed our Fourth Republic.
So that's Prince Deborah, the NPP parliamentary candidate for Korle Klottey constituency. You worked with Rawlings?
Yes, I did.
As a what?
First, I worked under him as a district coordinator and organizing assistant for PDCs and WDCs and then CDRs. Then later on, I became a member of parliament for New Jabe North. But I was the first MP for New Jabe North.
Do you remember the first time you met Rawlings, what the circumstances were?
Well, the first time I met him was when I met him at the State House. There was a conference of PDCs and WDCs, and he came to address us at the State House. That was way back in the 80s. That was the first time. Then subsequently, when I became a member of parliament, we started having series of meetings with him.
And you served as his minister?
And then later on, I served as a deputy minister. He appointed me as a deputy minister for health.
Okay.
And later on, he made me the substantive minister for health.
Okay.
And the Ashanti regional minister.
What did Rawlings mean to you as a young person at the time in politics?
For me, Rawlings was an institution for me. He stood for so many things. He showed leadership, he showed integrity, and he showed compassion. That every leader must make sure that apart from the fact that you are motivating and inspiring people to achieve set goals and targets, you must show compassion.
The greatest achievement of Jerry John Rawlings as a revolutionary is the promise of power to the people, which is Kokomoti power. Okay. He has given it. He has led all the group and they have been given it. He has gathered it. He has not twisted it or changed it to a third term like the Ivory Coast are doing when they are going to war. So whatever it is,
whatever wrongs or good or whatever you can just protecting my judge, the greatest achievement is the Constitution.
What would Rawlings' absence mean to the progress of this country? Would it affect our progress?
He is a living legend, and what he has left is the Constitution. Therefore, when we continue defending the Constitution, and then if we need to amend, we use the proper means through referenda to amend as we move on, then we'll be living we'll be protecting his legacy and the legacy of those people who died, including the Supreme Military Council people who were also shot. It's also their legacy.
Okay.
People have died for it, and then we must protect it.
Thank you for speaking to us. That's Alfred Agbeshi Woyome, who's come here also to mourn with the Rawlingses. Let's speak to a few more members of the NDC. Jifa Akuativo worked as Deputy Minister for Transportation in the last NDC administration from the Volta region, the home region of Jerry John Rawlings.
It never dawned on us that he will even, I don't know. You know, last year when my husband died, and I came to inform Papa J, I came with my children and some family members to inform him. So he asked me how old was my husband, and I said, 73. Papa J said, hey, anytime somebody dies and the person is close to his age, he gets worried. Then he burst into laughter. He said something in Ewe, then he laughed. And he said, when people above 80 something are gone. So we all just laugh, not knowing it's going to happen the way he was worried to die at this age. I mean, so what that we say is that it is the will of God. It is the will of God. We will miss him because for the good, the bad, and the ugly, we will miss him. We'll miss him. We'll miss him. We'll miss him.
So that's Auntie Jifa Akuativo. She's a former minister for transport. This is Citi Newsroom on Citi TV.